Car number 51 from Newtown, Connecticut, the Bello Motorsports 51 for Anthony Bello.
Once we finished out that year with the SK Light at Stafford, then we just decided just to move up. You know, I think it was that time we were ready. It was my third year. We were going to start my third year of modified, so I think it was just all the right timing. The car was brand new at the start of this year. Me and Steven Kopchik built it. That first practice, it was fast right off the rip. I knew if the car would be like that, we'd be a really good threat at Stafford.
Anthony Bello earned his first top 10 on Sizzler Sunday. Friday, Bello started 26th and made his way up to a 9th place finish.
I remember when a caution came out and my spotter told me that we're sitting like P9 or P10. I'm like, wow, okay. That kind of set the tone for the rest of the season. And I knew that we were going to be good as long as we could stay out of trouble. From the lights to the SKs, it was a whole different field. And it's definitely more aggressive, I'll tell you that. But the people who you race with, they're the best in the country, I think, for SK Modifieds. And as long as you just go in there with your head high and you think that you're one of them, through that span of time, I really found out what my race car can do and how much I can handle and what I needed to grow on and learn more about. I just had to drive the car harder. Those guys really pushed me this year to how hard I can drive my race car. And you know, with Steven's support too, he really taught me along the way.
Anthony Bello continues to impress, claiming 2 fifth-place finishes this weekend, his first 2 top 5s in the SKs in his career.
That weekend, we really did find a rhythm. That meant that we could run with the top guys. That weekend really showed who I was as a driver, that we aren't just a mid-pack car. We were consistent that week, and we can run with the top guys in the SK Modified.
Double checkers, and Keith Rocco has done it. He's got the monkey off his back.
Anthony Bello, great run, finishes second.
I was actually a little aggravated, but you got to look at the big picture. You know, no one likes finishing second, but look who you finished second to, and look at all the guys behind you. 16 years old finishing behind Rocco that's pretty good, you know. I think that was definitely an accomplishment, and it was a huge confidence booster. You know, that really sparked something in me and definitely in my whole team. Reality set in, and we were fast. I mean, this car is fast, really fast. So when you put a driver in a fast car like this, it shows.
Does that open the door? Now there's contact, back straight away. Bello gets into Rafrano. Rafrano's out of shape. Bello takes the lead with 5 laps to go.
Wow, we're leading. There's 0 cars ahead of me. And I'm like, I slapped the mirror down and just hammered down for the last 5 laps.
Checkered flag is out. First time winner, Anthony Bello, claims the win here tonight.
Just the relief. I mean, you know, I know it was only my 13th start, so there really wasn't a monkey on my back. And to win at 16 at Stafford is not many people who do that at all. That win was for a lot of people, especially my dad, you know, put so much money and time into what I do, and to win 1 race, that was definitely a high expectation for a 16-year-old. First year at Stafford with the SK Modified, but we definitely conquered that and really satisfied ourselves. We're one of them. You know, funny story, Ronnie Williams actually came up to me that night and he said, "You're one of us, kid." You know, hearing that from Ronnie Williams as a top driver, it really sets you back, and it really humbles yourself to you know, have someone that level say that to you. You run SKs at Stafford, it's tough. It's the hardest competition in the country, like I said, and not every week is going to be perfect. As long as you just stay humble and stay high.
After a stellar 2022, the NAPA Auto Parts Rookie of the Year award for the SK Modifieds belongs to Anthony Bello.
It was a goal that I had coming into this year, and you only get it one time in your career, and I'm really happy to have it. I knew, you know, another goal of ours was a top 10 in points, but 7th really blew that out of the water. It's all consistency, and finishing 7th is great. You know, it's a real good confidence booster for me into next year, especially, you know, that we can do better than that. I gotta thank my dad, John Bello, for all the financial support. You know, without him, this shop wouldn't be here, and me in this new car wouldn't happen at all. And all the other cars that I raced this year, you know, we put together 52 races this year, and none of that would be possible without him. NJK Sunoco, Nick Kopchik, you know, for really helping me through all the years just to get to this point. Steven Kopchik, his son, for all he does for me in the shop, and he's really taught me how to work on these race cars myself, and me and him are really close. You know, he's the best friend to me. Definitely gonna stay like that. We work really well together. I gotta thank Fenceline Films for all the in-car videos this year. Does a good job with them. From that film, I do study, you know, what I need to improve for the week, you know, that's next to come, so it helps out. I gotta thank Air Gas for all the nitrogen. All the people that supported me this year, my crew, the Jensens, the French, the Horn family, all my fans for supporting me and getting me this Rookie of the Year. This year was a huge learning year. Next year, it's time to really buckle down, and our goal is to go for that championship.
Yeah!